There was a heavy snowfall a night before that chilled winter morning. Dark clouds were still preventing the sunrays from reaching the surface, which was covered in a blanket of snow. As the roads towards the center circle of the city were blocked, and hence, the schools were declared closed for that day. A man was taking his kids out for a ride when they noticed a strange thing which was covered in snow, a box on the roadside. As they approached the box, it became clear that it wasn't just an empty box. The kids ran behind their father and clicked pictures of what was left inside the box, which later took social media by surprise. It was an extremely cold day and most of the families were enjoying their winter holidays. No one was willing to go out of their houses unless it was for something urgent. It was a day when a couple gave up to one of their daughter's requests. She wanted to make her holiday interesting, and for that, she suggested they should go out to grab breakfast. As their daughter insisted on having breakfast in her favorite outlet instead of her regular milk and cereals. Although she wanted both her mother and her father to join her for breakfast, her mother had a lot of daily chores to deal with. Her father was the only one left who could take her to her favorite restaurant that was located in the next street. So, what looked like an ordinary holiday turned out to be an unplanned father-daughter date. To see her daughter happy is every father's wish, and this duo was enjoying their time together. After paying the bill, her father started to drive towards home, when the daughter made another request. She didn't want to go straight to home, rather she wanted to go for a long drive with her dad, as she knew she'll anyway get bored the rest of the day at home. She gave it her best shot, and as expected her father melted just by looking at her cute eyes. Unaware of what they were soon going to encounter. Plans like this one are very important in a parent-kid relationship. It even helps in keeping the kids' trust in their parents. They were ready to hit the snowy road and have even more fun than they just had. Spending time with each other was something both of them weren't able to do from a really long time. They were making their way through the snowy roads very carefully. Out of curiosity, the girl was asking a lot of questions and her dad was answering all of them patiently with a smile on his face. After some time, when the girl started to look outside the window, she suddenly shouted on the top of her voice, "Stop! Stop!" When his daughter shouted and demanded the car to stop right away, her father assumed it was something new that she wanted this time. He knew to be so demanding wasn't a good thing for his daughter, and hence he made up his mind that he'll not stop the car to fulfill any more of her demands. Her father tried to make his daughter understand that there was nothing out there worth pulling over the car. But the girl wasn't ready to listen to her dad this time. She was not ready to listen to anything until he stops the car. She started to say, "Stop! Now," and a fun ride soon changed to an argument between the pair. The girl wasn't stubborn at all, but that fine day was different. Her father finally stopped the car but kept the doors locked as it was snowing outside, and the girl seemed eager to hop out of the car. Now, her father grew a bit concerned and asked her to tell him what it was she saw outside. It was after all the troubling time that she gave to her father, the girl finally said something which convinced her father to let her out of the car right away. The girl had only one answer to her father's question: different. According to her, what she just saw out of her window was different. At last, her father unlocked the doors, and without any pause, the girl ran out of the car. Her dad ran behind her to see where she was heading and for what. Her father stopped where the girl was waiting for him and pointed in the direction of the trees on the roadside. Was there actually something she noticed? Or was she just messing with her dad? As her father stopped and regained his breath, he looked in the direction his daughter was staring. And she wasn't wrong when she asked him to stop the car. There was indeed something strange enough to catch his daughter's eyes. Neither she was overreacting nor she was trying to play any prank. The girl and her father walked towards the trees. Between those lied the reason for their shock. It was white in color, but clearly, it wasn't snow. Then what else could it have been? Her father asked her to stay right there while he will go further to check if everything was fine or not. Sadly, they were going to face the most shocking discovery of their lives. As her father assured her that he'll be informing her about what he sees on every step, and took a few steps ahead of her. He turned back to tell her that it was just a box and he was about to check what was inside the box. However, the moment he bent to take a look inside it, he understood it was not an ordinary box. The moment they realized what was inside, and the man stood there in shock while his daughter ran to hand over his cell phone. His daughter opened the phone's camera and started to click pictures of that moment. They couldn't believe how inhumane some people can be. When they looked inside this white color box, they noticed a small ginger kitten shivering with cold. Just a look at it was enough to say that she was severely ill. And this wasn't all. There was more inside that box waiting to be rescued. As the daughter peeped inside the box, she noticed a second kitten who was smaller than the first one and was hiding behind it. They were definitely not going to leave those tiny kitties there to freeze to death. The man and his daughter were well aware that these kittens wouldn't survive another night in the open. By the snow on the top of this box, the father-daughter pair guessed that they were left here 3 to 4 hours ago. With the hopes of saving their lives, they decided to rescue them from cold. Somebody abandoned 2 beautiful kittens nearby my house. When I peeked in, my heart broke. This kitten is obviously very sick and cold. There are 2 dishes of food with a blanket. But wait, there are 2 cats, said the rescuer on an online platform. There's literally nothing out here. No houses. No traffic. The only reason these cats were found is because my dad was driving by. This is the view from the car. White box plus snow equals barely visible cats. Read the message from the young girl. The rescuers were still unable to understand how anyone can be so disheartened. They wanted to report the person who did this to the poor kitties. Their priority now was to take the 2 kittens to a warm and cozy place. What else could be a better place than home? Therefore, the father and the daughter picked up the box together without hurting the little ones inside it and kept it on the back seat of their car. Due to the cold, the 2 kitties were not even moving. Sadly, they were extremely scared of everything, especially humans. When they reached home and kept the kittens in front of the furnace. Thanks to the warm temperature inside the house, after a couple of hours the kittens moved out of their box. Although it was a good sign, the next news will make anyone emotional. Unfortunately, the cat at the front of the box looks very sick. He's full of poop, smells like urine and has gunk around his eyes and nose. Read the post which described the miserable condition in which these kittens were initially found. Both the kittens were in every bad state and the rescuers wanted to give them a hot water bath. This might sound an easy thing, but convincing kittens who are scared of humans is not at all an easy task. But it was necessary to make them feel better. After several efforts, the father and daughter were finally able to gain the kittens' trust and took them for a bath. After giving them the bath and cleaning them with soft towels, the 2 rescuers realized the major issue with the kittens. So we gave them a bath. We wrapped them up and supplied them with body heat. Already we can see them perking up, was published as a caption of their real-time recovery photos. Giving them a bath was just the start of a long process of bringing them back to a healthy life. When they are wet, you can see how malnourished they are. They're extremely skinny. They don't really seem to know what to do with the tiny bowl of kitten food we put down. Read the post. The kittens seemed to get better after the bath, but they were not fed from several days and they were hungry. The father and daughter found themselves blessed to be able to rescue such adorable kittens. It was for his daughter's request that they finally rescued them and brought them to their warm house and even warmer bed. The rescuers said, "They're not disposable," despite what the person who abandoned these cats might think. This is the update after our vet visit for the 2 cats. Last night I gave the kitties some food and they devoured it. They updated their online followers about the kitten's health. The sick one started to retain its own heat and perked up a bit. When I woke up this morning they were both sneezing. We called the vet and got an appointment for 10:20 a.m. Here they are at the vet's inside their cat carrier. According to the post, the kittens were taken to the vet and it read, "The vet says that the socialization window for a cat is 6 to 9 weeks, and after that they will start to get skittish and scared of humans. She says it's likely that they've been around humans lately because of how sweet they are. Some people have suggested that maybe the box is a survival box, put out for feral cats in the area. The cats were probably abandoned and found the box with the food in it for shelter." Read the post about one of the many suggestions given by many people about what should be done of the kittens. Unfortunately, sick kitty will probably have to get part of her tail amputated. The vet found a wound and says the end of the tail is cold and limp. We're to keep an eye on it in case it starts to turn black or smell, and it does have a slight stench, in which case it's a trip to the vet. The post mentioned about the post effects on the kittens because of the miserable incident that took place the last winter. This story didn't go viral, but it did win the hearts of everyone who got to know about the father-daughter rescuing these adorable kittens. Both of them speak of the need for people to become more responsible towards their pets and not abandon them. Cats and dogs are homely creatures, they enjoy human company and it breaks their heart if their owners abandon them. Fortunately, these 2 kittens were too small and quickly recovered from those terrible memories. However, it still left lifetime scars on them. The 2 kittens are true heroes of their family now. Their rescuers adopted them and now they live in their forever home, playfully. Once again, thanks to their online followers, they got cute names now which they recently started to recognize. One of the posts read, "People are sharing the post to raise awareness for surprise cat gifting and abandonment, yay!" And others are offering to help with the vet bills, which takes away a lot of my anxiety. As a matter of fact, the siblings share an undeniably strong bond. They just can't live without each other. Anytime they are separated, they'll continuously meow until they are reunited. More or less, they complete each other, and now their family also keeps them together all the time. One of the kittens is still getting regular medication. The path to recovery is long for it, and the other kitten makes sure to be on its sibling's side every time they visit the vet. Their owners call them forever friends. They even asked their followers to suggest some good names for the two kittens. This is Sick Kitty. Perhaps you, Reddit, Imager users, can start suggesting names. Sick Kitty isn't a very good one, weighing only 2.9 pounds. This is the healthier cat, weighing in at 3.1 pounds. Antibiotics, probiotics, painkillers, and dewormer were prescribed for their woes. They are two male cats, not female as I had suspected. In total, it came to around $200, which Reddit helped me to pay for. The rescuer shared his experience. The post read, "The kittens have definitely found their home. We've put a lot emotionally into them and couldn't bear to separate them or give them away. My dad says thank you to Reddit and Imager, and I'm also so thankful for the support Reddit and Imager has offered to us." The rescuer further asked for help through his post, stating, "If anyone is interested in donating, you can send to my PayPal email at strader35@yahoo.com. If there's any money left over after the amputation and/or vaccinations, it will be donated to a local no-kill shelter for helping people find a safe place to drop off their unwanted pets." The final post mentioned, "Kitty and Sick Kitty have officially been named Tango and Cash. They're doing fantastic. They've both really bounced back. On January 8th they're going back to the vets, most likely to get the tail off.